Hello and welcome. My name's Marie and this is my yarn journey. Today is going to be a normal podcast episode. I haven't got masses to talk about and I'm not feeling great, to be fair. So if I'm not my usual bubbly self, I do apologise for that. I've just got a bit of a bug and not feeling the best today. But I still wanted to come on and, record a podcast, update you on what I've been working on this last week. I've primarily just worked on 2 projects. That's all I'm going to show you today and talk about. And then I've got a couple of things that I'm hoping to get cast on over the weekend, and I'll talk to you about them. And that's about everything I've got to say. No acquisitions. So yeah, like I say, it might be a bit of a shorter one, but I hope you'd still enjoy watching while you're knitting. So let's start with the first thing, which is my finished object. And I cast this on after the podcast, and it's my Tolsta tank, and I absolutely love this. I know you can't really see here, so I will put pictures up at the side in a minute once I finish showing it. And apologies for this, somehow my end has come out. I obviously didn't sew that in very well. This is made with Drops Bell and it's just in their basic cream colour. I can't remember what it's called or what the number is, but it's on my Lavallee if you want to have a look on there. I have worn this a few times now because I knit this top with leftovers from a Tolsta tee that I knit. I think I did that last year. And I wanted this specifically to go with a pair of lilac culottes, and I'm really pleased. It does look really good, and the fit of this is wonderful, and it's good at covering my bra most of the time, so if that's something that bothers you. I was slightly off gauge and I have put that in my Ravelry notes. I think the gauge for this is 17 stitches, and I ended up with 18 stitches, and I think I did size 3, but it still fits me beautifully, fitted across the top area, which I really like, and then just skims over my stomach, which is lovely. The Drops Bell, the pattern itself, very easy to knit. I cast this on last Thursday and I had it finished by Sunday evening, and so it basically took me about 3 days. That was everything. It was on the blocking mat Sunday evening. So it's a very, very quick knit, easy to follow, and I just really, really enjoyed it. It's nice if you need a summer garment quickly. The Drops Bell, when I first wore this, because of the linen content, I did find it quite scratchy, but I would say, because I was like, oh great, it looks so nice, and now it's really, really scratchy. But after a couple of wears, and it's only been washed once because it's been blocked, after a couple of wears it has softened up, so I would recommend it. It's a very budget friendly yarn, and it's I think this will be one that I wear loads. Yeah, I'd recommend this to everyone really. And also there is a cal at the moment called, and the hashtag on Instagram is Tolsta Time, and you can be entered in to do prizes if you do any of the Tolsta patterns, and I think that's running all the way through summer till the end of August, something like that. So I've entered this into that. So, and what I like about this, and I know it's not everyone's preference, but it is the bottom-up construction. I just find that my excitement for the knit is in the cast on and is in the first few days, or first day or so, or the first section of any pattern. So to have the larger amount of stitches and longer rows on my needles at that point, which is what I have with the body being on the needles in the beginning, it really helps me get through a garment quicker and then actually get it finished. Because when I get to the point where I would normally feel bored or not want, not want to be casting on something new, I'm at the point where my rows are getting less, stitches are getting less, and I've got things to be doing and a pattern to be following. It's not just knitting around. Might all be in my head, but I certainly got this one finished quickly and off the needles, which I'm really pleased about. And yeah, I'll pop a picture here now showing you me wearing the thing, but you may have seen it on Instagram because I did pop a picture up there. And also, if I can find it on my phone, I'll show you the picture of the pants I styled it with and the sandals. See what you think, because I am on the journey to try and style in my knits better. But yeah, I'm going to be casting another one of these and I'll talk to you about that shortly. Okay, so the next item that I want to talk about is what you saw this last week, is my rocket tee. And this is, I'm liking this a lot more now that I've added in all the colours. I'll just hold it up here. It's coming along nicely now, there's not too much to do. The finishing is I-cords, so I'm on my last colour here. Now I had 16 minis. I've not actually weighed my minis yet to find out how much I've got left of each one. I know with the top couple I'll be absolutely fine to do extra stripes again. And I've not measured the side actually to see how far on I am here. I might just do that now. Just let me get my tape measure. Okay, so on my Tolsta tank, including the ribbing at the bottom, I knit it to around 12 inches, and it's a really good length on me. Now I know that fabric doesn't actually stretch as much as this one. I don't think. So I probably do need to try this on at some point, but I wanted to get to the end of the 16 stripes and then I could decide what I was going to do at that point. I'm hoping with most of the colours that I need to add in a second time I will actually have enough yarn, but like I say, I need to weigh them all. At the moment it's just over 6 inches, so if I go to 12 inches I probably need to do that again, that length. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's potentially 6 more stripes, and the top 6 will be 1, 2, 3, 4. See, most of the top 6 stripes are at the V-neck point where it's not yet joined in the round, so hopefully with those I'll have enough. It's hard to tell, isn't it, sometimes how much you've used by just looking. Oh my god, 1 minute. Honestly, these tubes, it's come undone. I always do them in a knot, but this one's obviously got caught and come undone. I must say I do prefer when I've got a stitched on hold to have them either on my needle that I'm using to knit with, which is what I could do with the Tolsta. Everything I just left on the needle that I was using for the body, and I just moved them around, and that was great because they're safe then, aren't they? But if I have them separate like this for the sleeves, I do like to use my cords with stoppers, but I just didn't get any out for this. I had them to hand. I thought, oh, I'll just use them, but there is the risk of them coming undone then. Anyways, yeah, I think this top is looking a little bit more balanced now I've added all them colours in. And I do think that it is going to be nice. Again, it's not really colours I would have chosen for a top, but it's using up my advent in a garment that hopefully I will get some wear out of. And the yarn is beautifully soft. Okay, so the only other thing that I wanted to say, and I understand this is a relatively short episode, so apologies for that. The last thing I wanted to say is that I've still not cast on the two things that I spoke to you about last week, which is the striped top, and I'll put a picture here, and the Nuss Light, which I'll put here again. Both of those tops, I am still wanting to cast those on, but really I thought to myself, I don't want to cast another striped top on while I've got this striped one on the go. So I was waiting to finish this first, because I thought what will happen is I'll just stop knitting on this rocket tee and I'll start spending all my time knitting on the other one. So the best thing to do was wait until that was finished. And with me not being well, a few days I've thought, oh, shall I cast on my Nuss Light? And I just haven't had the brain power, to be honest. So I will do those at some point. But this weekend my plans are to cast on another Tolsta tank. Now I'm doing that in black. I frogged a vest top that I knit last summer. Now there was nothing wrong with that pattern, it's just that the way it turned out in the end, it was my first vest top I'd knit. I made a few mistakes, and also it just didn't fit me and my body shape nicely. So I know the Tolsta tank fits me nice, and I want a black top because it's just such a fabulous basic to have in your wardrobe. So what I thought I would do, and I'm not 100% on this yet, so after watching Rebecca, and she's done a few versions of the Tolsta tank where she's modded them to have the back of one and the front of another. So what I was hoping I could do is do the back from the tank that I did and the front from the V-neck, which I think she calls the camisole. So I hope that makes sense. So obviously the front would be a V-neck, and then the back would just be the round neck at the top. Now she does say that you can do that, and I think she did that with a couple. I just thought that would work better for me because the V is quite deep. Now what I was thinking of doing, she doesn't do any finishing on the V-neck version, the camisole, but I was thinking of either probably doing a I-cord edging. And I thought once I've done this, I have done the cumulus tee, but it was quite a while ago, and I'm not sure if the pickup rate for the tank will work for doing the I-cord, and I can't remember how I did it on the cumulus tee. So what I'll do is I'll finish this before I've got to do any finishing on that. I'll finish hopefully this rocket tee, or just pick up and do the neckline, familiarise myself again with how the I-cord works, and how it's done in those instructions, and hopefully then be able to use that for the V-neck. I just don't want to leave it totally with nothing on, because I'm not sure that that's gonna look good and polished. So yeah, that's one of my plans. Also, I am going to cast on another Sabai top, and I'm going to do the number 1 version, which has the rib along the top, hopefully add a bit more structure to it, and I'll show you what I'm going to use. Sorry, it is in a Ziploc bag because, you know, I'm keeping all my yarn protected. And this is what I'm going to be using. Now I know this is a fingering weight, so I'm going to have to hold it double for the Zabaya top, but I should have plenty. I am frogging my staple tee, and the reason I'm doing that is because it's just not one I'm drawn to wear. And I love this yarn, and I don't want this yarn to be wasted. It's got quite a high-ish neck, and the sleeves are very stiff, and I don't know if it's this yarn, and knitting this sabai top in this yarn will obviously show if it's maybe the yarn or the gauge, I don't know, but the sleeves sort of come off my shoulder and then stick out, and I'm not keen on that look on me. So yeah, and I think this is a lovely colour. Hopefully it'll go with quite a few things in my wardrobe. And this is 55% wool, 45% cotton, so a good summer fabric. And I'm going to do a size smaller than I did last time. But I do need to frog this top. It is in this bag with these, but I think I've got 3 of the 2 skeins and 1 cake, so I can cast on. But it's, what was I going to say then? Oh, I don't know, it's gone out of my mind now. But yeah, it knits up quite quickly, the sabai top, so it might be better for me just to get the yarn ready. But hopefully I'll do those 2 cast-ons, and they're going to be quite simple, quite easy. They won't need much thought, easy to knit on, and it'll get a couple more staples into my wardrobe, which I really need. And what I'm going to do is, once I've finished all those, hopefully then I can cast on one of these other tops. I do also want to do a bit more on my pull sweater, but and I was going to think about doing that this week, but the weather's suddenly perked up in my part of the UK, and I don't think I'm going to want that massive pull sweater on my lap right now to knit on it, because I'm knitting on the collar. But I may be able to get away with it if I decide to do my whip of the week again and do my 30 minutes each morning. Maybe that's the way forward for next week. 30 minutes on that each morning, and then continue on with my rocket tee and getting these couple of best tops done. I'm hopeful that if I do another best top, it shouldn't take me that many days to get done. And I'm not working as many hours next week because we've got the carpet being fitted upstairs. So yeah, that's all I've got to say today. You know, hope you enjoyed, even though it was a shorter episode, and I'll be back next week with an update. Enjoy your knitting. Bye.